Today's review is the Mido Ocean Star 200. I'll begin by placing the dimensions, the retail price, and some of the specifications here on the screen. And shout out Brad, who's a viewer of the channel, a member of my Discord server, and this is his personal Ocean Star 200, and I'd like to thank him for lending it in. This is a watch that hits a lot of the boxes that we have in our laundry list of items when we're searching for a value daily driver diver. You know, a lot of times we're looking for a ceramic bezel, we're looking for an ETA movement, we're looking for applied markers, a nice bracelet with screw links and a micro extension system in the milled clasp. We have some items that, you know, when we see in one watch, it becomes an exciting proposition. This Mido, it's not perfect. It doesn't hit every box, but it does tick a lot of them. And I think for the retail price, this is a pretty powerful package. And it's one that's slightly unheralded. It's raising in popularity and exposure, but it's still kind of one of those nicely kept secrets amongst us watch enthusiasts. And I think it's a brand that will expand in future years, especially in the US market, as people kind of become aware of what they're bringing to the table, the movements, the tactile elements, the Lume application, and how these wear on wrist. So for reference, my wrists are 7.25 inches in circumference, and I like this size. I think ideally, for my personal taste, I might like it a little bit more if it was slightly smaller in diameter, but certainly not a deal breaker. It looks appropriate. It looks proportional on wrist. And what I really enjoy is the thin nature of the height. We have 200 meters of water resistance, but we are sub 12 millimeters in overall height, which is very respectable. Now take a look at this bracelet. I know Brad has worn this and really put some wear and love into this watch, but notice the beveling on these links. It's on the top of the link as well as the underside, which is fairly uncommon for a sub $1,000 watch. It's done nicely. As you guys can see, we have a push button deployant clasp fully milled, and then there is a micro extension system that you operate by compressing these two tabs near the end of the clasp. Now, it's similar to what some micro brands do with their clasps. I believe Citizen was the first brand to introduce this design or this style, and it's present here on this Swatch Group product. Now, this bracelet, as you guys can see, does carry screw links. It does come with half links, so you know it hits the sweet spot in terms of adjustability, in terms of how it looks visually, and overall the color scheme here with this slightly muted blue with the linear brushing on the dial, I think is attractive. It is versatile, and I do enjoy that pop of orange with the caliber 80 designation and that color on the tip of the running seconds hand. Now let's talk about the movement. What we have inside the case is called the Mido caliber 80, which essentially is the ETA C07 movement, and that movement is a modified 2824 from ETA. It carries an 80-hour power reserve, so roughly double what you would get on a basic 2824. It has a free sprung balance, 25 joules, and here's the best part. The caliber 80 from Mido is COSC certified, and that is very uncommon at the $1,000 price point. You do see it from time to time, but it's not very common. And you know what? That's nice. And I think is one of the main reasons why this is a value-rich proposition that hits a lot of those boxes. Now let's do the Lume shot here. We have Super Luminova BGW9, nice and deep in these applied markers. My only criticism is the skeletonized or partial skeletonized handset leaves a little something to be desired in low light because the Lume, the surface area is half what it would traditionally be, probably from a different brand. And so I like the look in natural light, but in in low light, I think it could be improved. Now let me show you the tactile elements. Let's start with the bezel. We have a 120 click bezel with nice grip, a nice amount of torque needed to turn, and a pleasant mechanical feel. There's a touch amount of backplay, but certainly nothing inappropriate. And I think the only area for improvement here with the bezel would be the addition of a ceramic insert. That's one element that a lot of us search for in a daily driver. This one is aluminum, but a ceramic one I think would enhance the watch to a small degree. Now let's talk negative elements here. I touched on a few that are kind of nitpicky and down to personal preference. I've really only noticed one thing that I found to be a bit annoying with this watch, and that is the crown is rather small. The crown guards, they do their job. They cover the sides of the crown very well. And so if you have larger fingers like myself, it can become a bit cumbersome to unthread, to wind, to hack the movement, set the time, and rethread the crown. I think it could be a little bit better, but you will sacrifice with the comfort level with that protrusion on the 3 o'clock side of the case. So just in closing, let me show you the case back as we wrap up the video. The Swatch Group, they are known for doing some very nice engraved, embossed, and etched case backs, depending on the brand and the model. I've seen some very nice ones from Certina, from Rado, from Longines, some very nice ones from Omega and Glashütte. And I think this Mido, this one is very sharp. It's not sharp as in, when you're wearing it, you get a little bit of a hot spot on your wrist. Not like that. Just sharp in detail work and execution. And I think that comes through here in the video. So just in summation, I think this is a strong offering. We have nice colors, nice details, nice lume, nice movement, nice fit and finish. It's not perfect, but overall very solid for the price. And again, I don't know of many chronometers at sub $1,000. So that really does bring some more value to the proposition. And I'd like to thank Brad for sending this in, lending it in, letting me showcase it, and hopefully bring a little bit more exposure to this Swatch Group brand that sometimes is overlooked, but I don't think it should be. So guys, reach out with questions. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch today. Let me know if there's something you would like to see in the future, perhaps a watch or a model you would like reviewed. I'm happy to try to accommodate if I can. So thanks again. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.